Story time with Mrs. D. Title: Two Sides of the Coin. Growing up, no one saw what happened behind the walls of the Sampson household. To the outside world, Mr. Sampson was a respected man, charismatic, hardworking, a pillar in the community. But to his family, he was a storm. Behind closed doors, he was a tyrant. He drank heavily, shouted often, and beat their mother without mercy. His two sons, identical twins in face, but not in spirit, learned early to retreat into silence when they heard the sound of his keys at the door. Fear hung in the air like smoke. The house was a prison, and he was the warden. As the boys grew older, they began to respond differently to the chaos that shaped them. John, the older by minutes, grew angry and aggressive. He mirrored their father's cruelty, often lashing out, using fear as a shield. Meanwhile, James, the quieter twin, took a different path. He became calm, responsible, and deeply protective of their mother. Where John raged, James reflected. Their lives split as they reached adulthood. John stayed in the family home, aligning more with their father, even mocking James for his quiet strength and sense of duty. James, on the other hand, left and built a life of his own, simple, steady, and anchored in kindness. One evening, the darkness inside John finally spilled over. In a fit of rage, he struck his girlfriend, and she fell, hitting her head on a stool. She lost consciousness. Panic replaced anger. They rushed her to the hospital. It was only then John discovered her family was powerful and wealthy. Her parents pressed charges. When the police came, John called his father, only to be met with cold rejection. "You're a man now," his father said. "Sort yourself out." Abandoned by the man he had once admired, John, desperate and broken, made a call he hadn't made in 5 years. James answered, without hesitation. James and their mother came to the police station. They listened to the officers, visited the girl at the hospital. She survived, but wanted nothing to do with John again. She asked for a restraining order. The court gave John bail under the condition that he attend anger management therapy. Weeks into the program, John broke down in one session and asked his brother a question that had been haunting him. "How did you not become like him?" James looked at him, not with judgment, but with quiet clarity. "Because I chose not to," he said. "Being reckless is easy. You don't have to care about anyone. No one expects anything of you. But that kind of life destroys everything it touches, just like he destroyed us. I didn't want to become the storm. I wanted to be the shelter." He continued, "It's harder to be responsible. It takes strength to care, to hold yourself accountable, to protect people instead of hurting them. But if people like us don't make that choice, who will? We have a duty to break the cycle." Those words stayed with John. He kept going to therapy. He stayed away from old habits. Slowly, painfully, he began to rebuild, not just his life, but himself. Because sometimes the strongest redemption begins not with a dramatic moment, but with a quiet choice to be better. The end. Kindly like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel.